The legal battle commences, addressing claims of not guilty and false arrest. The legal proceedings aim to resolve accusations that could potentially escalate into a civil war. The core legal challenge involves addressing the validity and implications of the arrest. Karen Red was acquitted after 2 trials. The acquittal marks the beginning of a legal battlefield. This case extends beyond a simple story of acquittal. The John O'Keefe case involves the death of John O'Keefe in a snowbank. Karen Reed was accused in connection with John O'Keefe's death. The case has attracted significant media attention. The not guilty verdict signifies the end of legal proceedings. The verdict brings a sense of relief. The trial's conclusion results in weariness. Legal defense can incur substantial financial burdens. Covering multi-million-dollar legal fees may necessitate significant sacrifices. Job loss and asset liquidation are potential consequences of extensive legal expenses. The O'Keefe family has initiated a civil lawsuit against Red. The lawsuit represents an ongoing legal battle for Reed. The civil lawsuit adds to Reed's existing legal challenges. Karen Red is initiating legal action against law enforcement. The lawsuit is characterized as a revenge lawsuit, or legal payback. The target of the legal action is law enforcement personnel. A core grievance involves accusations of misconduct against law enforcement during the investigation. Accusations may include procedural errors, evidence mishandling, or biased investigative practices. Alleged misconduct can undermine the integrity of the investigation and raise doubts about its conclusions. Michael Proctor, the lead homicide investigator, was terminated from the case. Proctor is accused of violating the privacy of the involved parties. Allegations suggest Proctor conducted an incompetent investigation. The allegation states that Proctor is accused of transmitting confidential information to unauthorized civilians. The allegation further claims that Proctor mocked Reed's medical conditions. These actions, if proven, constitute serious violations of professional conduct and ethical standards. The Massachusetts State Police face accusations of inadequate officer training. Accusations include violations of constitutional rights through false arrests. Inadequate training may lead to actions resulting in false arrests. The Canton Police Department is under scrutiny regarding potential misconduct. Allegations suggest possible involvement of Canton police officers in the reported misconduct. The nature and extent of the Canton Police's involvement are currently under investigation. Potential lawsuits may arise from the violation of constitutional rights. Fabricating reports can lead to legal action. False submission of evidence is grounds for legal challenges. The discovery process in civil lawsuits can reveal potential misconduct within a prosecutor's office. Discovery aims to uncover hidden information and expose potential conspiracies or cahoots. Civil lawsuits utilize discovery to ensure transparency and accountability in legal proceedings. Lawsuits often involve complex financial motivations and incentives. Understanding the flow of money can reveal the underlying reasons for legal actions. Financial gain or loss can be a significant driving force behind litigation. An insurance strategy involves pursuing claims against multiple entities to leverage their insurance policies. This approach aims to maximize potential recovery by accessing the combined coverage limits of different insurance providers. Suing multiple entities allows for collection against various insurance policies, potentially increasing the overall compensation. Suing multiple insured entities offers financial advantages. Multiple insurance policies can contribute to a larger overall settlement. Increased coverage reduces the risk of uncompensated damages. The O'Keefe family has filed a lawsuit against Reed. The lawsuit involves a legal dispute between the O'Keefe family and Red. The O'Keefe family's suit against Red is reiterated. A person who has been overserved alcohol may have grounds to sue the establishment that served them. Legal action can be pursued against bars for allegedly contributing to a person's intoxication through excessive alcohol service. Even if the intoxicated person was driving, the bar may still be liable for damages resulting from overservice. The jury determined the driver was intoxicated at the time of the incident. The driver's intoxication does not necessarily absolve establishments that may have overserved her. Establishments may be held liable for damages if they contributed to the driver's intoxication through overservice. Litigation can create cyclical legal actions, where one lawsuit leads to another. Each lawsuit can feed into the next, creating a complex web of legal action. The cyclical nature of litigation can prolong legal disputes and increase associated costs. An increase in monetary gain for one party can lead to increased demands from another. The pursuit of financial resources may intensify as the perceived availability of those resources grows. Financial incentives can drive an escalation in requests or expectations. The video addresses potential motivations behind alleged misconduct by investigators. Understanding motivations is crucial in analyzing claims of investigator misconduct. The video aims to explore the underlying factors contributing to the alleged misconduct. The investigation seeks to determine if alleged misconduct stems from incompetence. Bias, as a potential cause, is being examined as a factor in the alleged misconduct. The investigation also considers whether the misconduct was driven by malicious intent. Distinguishing between incompetence, bias, and malice is crucial for proper resolution. Lawsuits can establish precedents that influence future legal decisions. Precedents shape the interpretation and application of laws in similar cases. The implications of a lawsuit extend beyond the immediate parties involved. A legal precedent is established when a court decision sets a standard for future similar cases. Establishing a precedent can significantly impact how law enforcement approaches similar situations in the future. Individuals who believe they have been wrongly targeted may use a relevant precedent to support their legal claims. The strength of a precedent depends on the similarity of the facts and legal issues between the original case and the new case. Potential lawsuits represent a significant source of uncertainty. Legal battles are often characterized by their lengthy and arduous nature. The protracted duration of legal proceedings contributes to overall uncertainty. The criminal trial concludes, but the pursuit of justice continues for Karen Reed. The legal battle extends beyond the courtroom, targeting new individuals and institutions. The fight for justice has just begun, indicating a prolonged and complex legal journey. The Karen Reed case outcome prompts consideration of the presented evidence. Differing perspectives on the verdict invite deeper analysis of the legal proceedings. The case's resolution may represent either a conclusion or a prelude to further developments. Encouraging viewers to like the video increases its visibility and reach on the platform. Subscribing to the channel ensures viewers receive updates on new true crime content. Activating the notification bell alerts viewers when new true crime videos are uploaded. Officer Proctor is accused of violating Karen Reed's personal privacy. The alleged privacy breaches involve specific incidents and actions attributed to Officer Proctor. These actions are scrutinized under legal standards, protecting individual privacy rights. An investigation's accuracy is crucial for establishing reliable conclusions. Flawed investigations can stem from incomplete data collection or biased analysis. Inaccurate investigations may lead to misinterpretations and flawed judgments. Confidential information is improperly shared when unauthorized individuals gain access to it. Data leakage occurs when sensitive data is intentionally or unintentionally released to an untrusted environment. Unauthorized access to confidential data can result from weak security protocols and insufficient access controls. Information leaks can be caused by insider threats, external attacks, or accidental disclosure. The act of mocking a medical condition involves ridiculing or deriding someone's health issues. Mocking can manifest through verbal taunts, mimicking symptoms, or dismissive gestures. Such actions can cause emotional distress and exacerbate the affected individual's condition. The impact of mocking can range from temporary discomfort to long-term psychological harm. Massachusetts State Police, MSP, officers' training programs are under scrutiny for alleged deficiencies. Concerns include the adequacy of training in areas such as de-escalation techniques and community policing. Insufficient training may lead to increased incidents of misconduct and reduced public trust. Remedial actions may involve increased funding, updated curricula, and enhanced oversight of training programs. A false arrest claim arises when an individual is taken into custody without legal justification. The Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution protects individuals from unreasonable seizures, including arrests without probable cause. Probable cause requires that law enforcement possess sufficient facts and circumstances to reasonably believe a crime has been committed. To succeed in a false arrest claim, the plaintiff must demonstrate the absence of probable cause for the arrest. If probable cause existed at the time of the arrest, the false arrest claim will likely fail, even if the individual is later found innocent. Canton Police Department's actions or inactions can determine their involvement in a lawsuit. Specific actions, such as excessive force, can directly lead to legal action against the Canton PD. Inactions, such as failure to provide adequate protection, may also result in lawsuits against the Canton PD. Both actions and inactions are subject to legal scrutiny and can result in the Canton PD's involvement in litigation. Constitutional rights are specific protections afforded to individuals by a nation's constitution. An investigation may violate constitutional rights if it infringes upon these protected freedoms and privileges. Claims of constitutional rights violations require detailed specification of which rights were infringed. Each constitutional right has a specific scope and set of limitations that define its application in investigations. Report fabrication involves the creation of false reports intended to mislead or deceive. Altering reports entails modifying existing documents with the intent to distort the original information. Fabricated or altered reports can be used to falsely incriminate individuals. The use of fabricated reports undermines the integrity of legal and investigative processes. False evidence submission involves presenting inaccurate or fabricated information as factual during an investigation. The act undermines the integrity of the investigation and can lead to wrongful conclusions. Submitting false evidence can encompass altered documents, fabricated testimonies, or misrepresented physical evidence. Consequences for submitting false evidence may include legal penalties and invalidation of investigative findings. Discovery is a pretrial procedure in civil lawsuits where parties exchange information and evidence. Common discovery methods include interrogatories, requests for production of documents, and depositions. Interrogatories are written questions that one party sends to another, requiring written answers under oath. Requests for production of documents compel a party to provide relevant documents and tangible items. Depositions involve oral examinations of witnesses under oath, recorded for later use in court. The purpose of discovery is to gather information, narrow the issues in dispute, and prepare for trial. The discovery process can reveal previously unknown connections between individuals or entities. Through discovery, discrepancies and inconsistencies may surface, suggesting potential wrongdoings. The process of uncovering hidden information can expose concealed relationships and illicit activities. Careful examination of evidence during discovery is crucial for identifying fraudulent schemes or unethical behavior. Insurance policies provide financial coverage for potential damages resulting from lawsuits. These policies act as a financial safety net, mitigating the economic impact of legal liabilities. The extent of coverage is determined by the specific terms and conditions outlined in the insurance agreement. Different types of insurance policies offer varying levels of protection against different types of legal claims. Pursuing legal action against multiple insured parties can increase the likelihood of a successful financial outcome. Each insured party represents an independent source of potential compensation, expanding the overall financial recovery. Insurance policies from multiple defendants can collectively provide a larger pool of funds to cover damages and legal costs. Suing multiple parties can lead to a more comprehensive settlement, addressing various aspects of the claim. The O'Keefe lawsuit against Reed centers on allegations of wrongful death and negligence. The suit seeks to establish Reed's liability in connection to O'Keefe's death. Key evidence includes forensic reports, witness testimonies, and circumstantial details surrounding the incident. The lawsuit aims to provide closure and justice for the O'Keefe family. Reed's potential lawsuit hinges on the legal principle of holding bars accountable for over-serving patrons. The lawsuit's foundation rests on demonstrating that the bars served Reed to the point of intoxication. Establishing a direct causal link between the overservice and the damages suffered by Reed is crucial for a successful lawsuit. Establishment liability refers to the legal responsibility of establishments that serve alcohol for damages caused by their overserved patrons. Overserving patrons can lead to increased risks of drunk driving accidents and other alcohol-related incidents. Establishments may be held liable for injuries or damages resulting from the intoxication of patrons they negligently served. Laws regarding establishment liability, often called dram shop laws, vary significantly by jurisdiction. Lawsuits can be interconnected, influencing each other's outcomes. Shared evidence in one lawsuit can be leveraged in another, creating a ripple effect. Common defendants across multiple lawsuits can lead to coordinated defense strategies. Overlapping legal issues can result in judicial decisions that set precedents affecting multiple cases. The outcomes of earlier lawsuits can impact the strategies and potential success of subsequent related lawsuits. Financial incentives can significantly influence the decision to pursue legal action. Potential monetary compensation serves as a primary financial incentive in legal proceedings. The prospect of recovering legal fees and expenses can also motivate continued legal action. The perceived likelihood of a favorable judgment impacts the financial risk-reward assessment. Investigator motivation analysis involves speculating on the potential reasons behind alleged misconduct. Possible motivations may include personal gain, external pressure, or inherent biases influencing investigative actions. Understanding investigator motivations is crucial for assessing the integrity and reliability of investigative outcomes. Speculation on motivations requires careful consideration of available evidence and contextual factors. Bias can influence investigations, potentially leading to misconduct. Investigative bias can stem from preconceived notions or personal interests. Confirmation bias can cause investigators to selectively interpret evidence to support existing beliefs. Bias can compromise the objectivity and impartiality crucial for a fair investigation. Alleged misconduct may arise if bias skews the evidence, analysis, or witness interviews. The investigation explores potential ulterior motives behind the alleged misconduct. Examining circumstantial evidence may reveal hidden agendas influencing the reported actions. Uncovering concealed relationships can expose conflicts of interest and manipulative intent. A case precedent is a legal principle or rule established in a prior court decision that can be persuasive or binding authority for future cases. Establishing a case precedent can significantly influence the outcome of similar legal disputes in the future. The potential for a case to set a precedent is a critical consideration during legal proceedings. Wrongful targeting occurs when law enforcement focuses on an individual without reasonable suspicion or probable cause. Individuals wrongly targeted by law enforcement may experience significant emotional distress and reputational damage. Legal remedies may be available for individuals who can demonstrate they were wrongly targeted based on protected characteristics or without due process. Documentation of interactions with law enforcement, including dates, times, and specific details, is crucial for building a case of wrongful targeting. Legal uncertainty arises from the unpredictable nature of potential lawsuits. The outcome of lawsuits is inherently uncertain, leading to potential risks and opportunities. Uncertainty in legal proceedings can significantly impact strategic decision-making. The pursuit of justice involves ongoing legal battles and challenges. Legal proceedings often involve multiple parties with potentially conflicting interests. The legal system aims to ensure fairness and accountability for all individuals involved. Lawsuits offer the potential for financial compensation to plaintiffs. Financial compensation aims to address losses or damages incurred by the plaintiff. The amount of financial compensation can vary significantly based on the specifics of the case. Public opinion regarding Karen Reed's exoneration is being assessed. Various methods are employed to gauge public sentiment, including surveys and social media analysis. Differing viewpoints and interpretations contribute to the complexity of public opinion. Statistical data and visualizations are used to represent the distribution of public opinion. The current case may represent the initial phase of a broader, more intricate narrative. The unfolding of this case could reveal deeper connections and previously unknown elements. The full scope and complexity of the overarching story remain to be discovered. Encouraging viewers to like a video increases its visibility and reach on the platform. Subscribing to a channel ensures viewers receive updates and new content from their favorite creators. Enabling notifications alerts viewers when new videos are uploaded. Maximizing engagement. Increased likes, subscriptions, and notification activations collectively boost channel growth and content visibility. Investigative bias can significantly skew the outcomes of inquiries and judicial processes. Preconceived notions may lead to selective evidence gathering, reinforcing existing beliefs rather than pursuing objective truth. Personal prejudices can influence the interpretation of evidence, leading to unfair or inaccurate conclusions. Systematic bias within investigative bodies undermines the principles of justice and impartiality. Evidence tampering involves the intentional alteration or manipulation of evidence. Allegations of evidence tampering can undermine the integrity of an investigation. Evidence manipulation can lead to wrongful convictions and miscarriages of justice. Witness coercion involves pressuring individuals to provide false statements. Coercion undermines the integrity of legal proceedings by distorting factual accounts. Claims of witness coercion necessitate thorough investigation to ensure fair trials. The chain of custody refers to the chronological documentation or paper trail that records the sequence of custody, control, transfer, analysis, and disposition of materials. Issues with the chain of custody can compromise the integrity and admissibility of evidence in legal proceedings. A break in the chain of custody raises doubts about the authenticity and reliability of the evidence. Proper documentation and secure handling are crucial for maintaining an unbroken chain of custody. Lack of due diligence refers to instances where investigators fail to conduct a thorough investigation. A thorough investigation requires the comprehensive collection and analysis of all relevant evidence. Failure to perform due diligence can lead to inaccurate conclusions and flawed outcomes. Investigators are alleged to have ignored evidence potentially exonerating the accused. The alleged oversight involves neglecting information that could prove innocence. Such actions raise concerns about impartiality in the investigation process. Ignoring exculpatory evidence can lead to wrongful accusations and convictions. Media coverage significantly shapes public perception of events. The framing of news stories can influence public opinion and understanding. Selective reporting can lead to biased public views. The volume and frequency of media reports can amplify the perceived importance of a case. Community pressure can significantly influence the direction and scope of an investigation. Public sentiment in media coverage can create biases, affecting evidence interpretation and witness testimonies. Investigators may face pressure to expedite or prematurely conclude investigations due to community demands. Resource allocation and investigative priorities can be shifted to address community concerns, potentially neglecting other important aspects. Political interference refers to external influence exerted on an investigation. Such interference can compromise the impartiality and integrity of the investigative process. Allegations of political interference raise concerns about the fairness and objectivity of findings. Cover-up conspiracies involve deliberate attempts to conceal information from the public. Such conspiracies often originate within law enforcement agencies to protect individuals or maintain public image. Speculation about cover-ups can erode public trust in law enforcement and government institutions. Transparency and accountability are crucial to counteracting cover-up conspiracies. and restoring public confidence. Legal ethics encompasses the principles and rules governing the professional conduct of lawyers. These ethics ensure integrity, competence, and confidentiality in the attorney-client relationship. Lawyers must avoid conflicts of interest that could compromise their duty to their clients. Maintaining client confidentiality is paramount, protecting sensitive information shared during legal representation. Competent representation requires lawyers to possess the necessary legal knowledge, skill, and thoroughness. In civil lawsuits, the burden of proof rests on the plaintiff. The plaintiff must present sufficient evidence to convince the court that their claim is more likely true than not. This standard is known as preponderance of the evidence. If the plaintiff fails to meet this burden, the defendant prevails. The standard of evidence in a civil lawsuit determines the level of proof required to prevail. In civil cases, the preponderance of the evidence standard typically applies. Preponderance of the evidence means it is more likely than not that a fact is true. This standard requires convincing the judge or jury that your version of the facts is more credible. The burden of proof rests on the plaintiff to demonstrate their claim is more probable than not. In civil lawsuits, damages are calculated to compensate the plaintiff for losses caused by the defendant's actions. Compensatory damages aim to restore the plaintiff to their original condition before the harm occurred, covering economic and non-economic losses. Economic damages include quantifiable monetary losses such as medical expenses, lost income, and property repair costs. Non-economic damages cover intangible losses like pain and suffering, emotional distress, and loss of enjoyment of life. Punitive damages may be awarded to punish the defendant for egregious misconduct and deter similar behavior in the future. The calculation of damages often involves expert testimony and evidence to establish the extent and value of the plaintiff's losses. Settlement negotiations represent a potential resolution pathway for lawsuits. Negotiations offer an opportunity for involved parties to reach a mutually agreeable resolution outside of court. The possibility of settlement can significantly influence the strategic direction and timeline of a lawsuit.